Good afternoon, Wes. How are you?
I'm doing very well.
Thank
How
you
are you
so
doing?
much for coming over to the Wesley to talk about Los Barrios de Amarillo.
It's great to be here. It's a great place too.
Yeah, it is. It is. Well, I guess let's start off by telling everybody who you are.
Okay, well that's kind of hard to say, but no, I work for Excel Energy. I'm the media relations person there. I work with all the news outlets in the region and provide public information for the company. But in that role, I also get involved in the community and work with a lot of our volunteer efforts as well.
Okay, good. So volunteering is something that you do, but let's talk about why do you volunteer for Los Barrios?
First of all, Los Barrios has one of the greatest programs we have for career development in Amarillo, at least I believe twice a year. And I know they work with middle schools and then do another event for high schools through the Step Up to Success program, which is quite an effort. If anybody's ever been to this or seen it, there are kids not only from Amarillo that come, but from all over the region. And it's a very diverse group too. They're not just targeting necessarily one particular group. It's anyone who wants to participate in this, and it's just a great opportunity for the kids to be exposed to careers, but also I think even better for us to be exposed to the kids. What is it they need? What is it they're lacking? And what can we provide?
That's absolutely right. Step Up is one of the more fun events that we hold because it does encompass all of the schools in Region 16. Not that every single school comes, but there are quite a few schools that come,
Sure,
and
they have an opportunity.
we usually have about 500 to 600 kids, twice a year. So it is a big event. So tell me, what do you do at Step Up to Success?
Well, I've done different things. I think the last time I was more of a moderator, which I may not be mature enough to do that. I'm not sure. I'm probably better at doing other things because I would lose track of what I was doing, right? Because you're supposed to keep up with what's happening, and I don't do that very well sometimes. But the kids are great, and because I love to talk to the kids, I love to get to know them, and I have also spoken to the kids as well as a speaker. I think those are my two main roles that I've done there. And then we have fellow workers who come up and do demonstrations and talk about various careers and just volunteer in general.
Absolutely. And sometimes kids, they choose the career that they want to hear a speaker for, and they think, okay, media relations. I don't know who Wes Reeves is, but I do know that I'm interested in media relations. So whenever you're talking to these students, do you get a sense that they're really interested in what you're talking about?
Yeah, it's funny when you're talking to a group of kids, especially middle school kids. They're thinking about other things too, probably. But it's fun to watch the connections being made. And you see a group come in, maybe of 15 to 20 kids, and you don't really ever know which of the kids is going to be really interested in what you're talking about. But every group has a group of kids that you can just see their faces light up. And I love that part of it because you can tell they've been thinking about these things and they don't really know what's real, what's possible. And I like to think after we've done this, that we've made a lasting connection of some sort.
And I think that we have. I think that it depends on the speaker, what he's talking about, how passionate is the speaker, and that passion translates into our kids. And like you said, their faces light up and they get really excited. Now, sometimes, Wes, these kids come through at middle school and then they come back through at high school. So tell those people that don't know, what do you do differently for the high school kids?
I think, of course, high school kids are beginning to think more about where they're going to go to college if they go to school after they get out of high school. So I think they're more interested in what are their options, and there's always a group of kids that are like, I'm not really sure if that's what I want to do. So I think we spend a little more time talking about what are the educational options. Do you have to go to a four-year college, or can you do something else? Of course, we encourage them, no matter what they do, to continue their education somehow. So they're thinking a little bit more about that in careers. Whereas at the middle school level, I think they're just beginning to develop these interests in what does it mean to be interested in graphic arts. And a lot of kids like to draw and paint, and you begin to sort of connect them, hey, that's a skill you can take and turn it into something that makes a job. And so it's fun at that level. Middle school is its own unique kind of fun in terms of connecting with kids like that.
Absolutely. Well, Wes, Excel Energy does so much for us. We really appreciate, as you mentioned, there are volunteers from Excel Energy that help us throughout the day. They help us set up, break down. They are fabulous. You guys also support us monetarily. And so tell me, what does Excel think about when they're going to donate to a cause? Because as you know, Amarillo has a lot of great causes, but what do they think about when choosing which cause to give to, and why do they choose Los Barrios?
Really, we try to be strategic in what we're doing with our money, because we have something like 100 communities that we work with in Texas and New Mexico. And so we tend to be the company that gives a little bit here and there. We don't always give huge amounts, so we try to be very careful about what we do. We're looking for programs that are effective in guiding students to the right kind of education, ultimately the right kind of career. Of course, selfishly for us, we need workers. We have probably a good half of our current workforce will be retired within a decade. So we've got to really rapidly step up getting these people to working for us. And we have a lot of technical skill, technical trade type careers. And so definitely we want to push kids that direction. But we're just interested in strong communities, and we know that educational attainment is what is going to build our communities, which in turn builds our business. So it's not just about feeling good, it's about doing good and being prosperous, and that's very important to us.
Well, I appreciate that so much, Wes. And is there anything else that you'd like to tell anybody, or something that I might have left out that you would like to say?
Sure. These scholarship programs, for instance, are reaching kids that might not have had a chance. And so when you meet some of these kids, especially some of these kids that are so sharp and so brilliant in many ways, and you think about what a loss, a tragic loss that would be if that child was not able to further his or her education. And it just breaks my heart thinking about it, and this happens all the time. So that's why these scholarship projects are so important, is reaching those kids who just think they can't afford to do anything, and often they can't. And so this is very important work. We appreciate everything Los Barrios does in the community, and we hope to continue it.
Well, Wes, thank you so much for always being a speaker or a moderator, or actually for doing anything we ask you to do, such as this interview. You're
Sure.
always so great, and Excel is great to work with, and we just thank you so very much for your time.
Thank you.